let's be for real. I go on the Shonen Jump. I see new JJK drop. Okay, new JJK drop. How y'all boys feel about this? This JJK, what's it called? This JJK spinoff that takes place 88 years after main series JJK, and it's not drawn by Akutami. Now, I consider myself a die-hard JJK enthusiast, right? Die-hard JJK enthusiast. I'm heavy on the lore. I'm fully caught up on the fucking manga, right? But I go on this Shonen Jump. I see new manga, right? I say to myself, JJK Modulo, not made by Akutami. And it just straight up says Jujutsu sorcerers and aliens. So I'm like, okay, what could this possibly be about, right? I ain't gonna lie. I would be lying. Nah, I fuck with the art style. I fuck with the art style of it. The art style is hard, right? But it's not drawn by Akutami, so it feels like it's not canon. It feels like it's not a real series because it's not even drawn by Akutami. So how is it even actually a JJK series if it's not even made by Akutami? It's not even actually illustrated by Akutami. So how is it a real JJK series? You see what I'm saying? Like, how could it be a real JJK series if Akutami isn't the main illustrator? Doesn't that mean it's more like how do you describe it? It's like Toyotaro and Toriyama and DBZ. It doesn't necessarily seem like it's a real series headcanon, you know? So, alright, we get into the manga chapter. You know how Akutami does his series, right? Akutami always introduces a character that's gonna die first. Look at the beginning of JJK, right? The characters that they introduce at the beginning of JJK die. Alright, so whatever these characters are, if this does actually follow like the general setting of Jujutsu Kaisen, then I feel like these characters, besides like the third one, aren't really gonna be important that they introduce. If this even does continue farther down the line, right? But what else, goddamn? So, right, the setting. It's aliens in JJK. Now, I don't like futuristic settings in manga, but I'm looking through the manga and it seems semi-futuristic, like it seemed dystopian. And JJK was already dystopian, but it was like modern, right? But JJK also went like a little bit more of like an Edo time period with certain characters and arcs, right? So like that was the thing about JJK. It actually had like an Edo Japan setting, and that's one of the main reasons I fuck with JJK, because that's like OG manga and anime style to even do that, because everything now is just like futuristic or pop culture based in terms of manga. So that's what really made JJK different, because it was like Edo time period. So right, we get into Modulo. The MC looks like Momoshiki, but I'm gonna leave other series out of it, right? So we get into the goddamn series. We get into the series. All right. They got a little hand scene in there. The art style does not look like JJK. The art style is cool, but it looks like, I don't know. It looks like a generic manga art style. Like, it doesn't look like JJK art style. But that doesn't mean that it's not raw. Like, at the end of the day, it's still raw. But I feel like the new character they introduced reminds me like the Lunarians from One Piece. But it whole being like a subspecies, and when I'm having the face marks like Sukuna, I think you know where it's going. I feel like this character is gonna end up being like planetary starbuster or some shit, right? And we're gonna find out like they're gonna be on the moon and shit. I feel like that's what's gonna happen in JJK Modulo. They're gonna be on the moon doing all types of things. You feel me? So who knows, bro? To be honest, but I'm liking it so far. I like how they had it. They had to add Yuji in them, right? But that automatically brings the question of what the hell happened to Yuji in them after goddamn JJK. Is it gonna be like on some like Billy the Adventurer? Is that what it's gonna be like for Yuji? It's gonna be like Billy the Adventurer from Adventure Time and Yuji? Is that what's gonna happen? Like, you feel me? That's the vibe that I would get initially, but it's like, you know, I feel like we're gonna find out that Yuji and them died or some shit in like a freak arc. at like the end of JJK that they not gonna get into yet, that Gege secretly working on, Akutami in the shadows, lurking with the real series sequel, but that's just to keep us satisfied for the end. Now I'll take any Jujutsu Kaisen material that I can get. I'm a JJK fiend. If it's JJK, then I'm on it. Simple as that, alright? But here's the thing though. Here's the thing. Where what happened to the villain from JJK? What happened to Sukuna? What happened to Yoji and them? What happened to the rest of the characters from the series, from the manga? What happened to the villains? What happened to Kashimo? What happened to Kashimo? Did Kashimo just cease to exist after the Culling Games? Did Kashimo get sealed? Did he get finished by Sukuna? It's questions that don't make sense. Where are the rest of the sorcerers at? Where are the rest of the hidden sorcerers at? What happened in the Heian period? What the hell went on in the Zenin clan? What the hell is a Fushiguro? Where's the rest of Satoru's clan? What the hell really is Yuji? Is Yuji the same species as this unknown MC in this new series? It's too many questions that are being brought up now. Like, it's a cool manga, but it still doesn't answer questions that I have from like fucking prior seasons of JJK. It doesn't necessarily make sense, you know. But, you know, shit. I fuck with it, it is solid, it is solid, it is solid. Hey. But it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. JJK Modulo Chapter 1 review. Alright, alright. Now, it's not fucking One Piece level. It's not Kagurabachi, but it's hard. But I wouldn't say that, I wouldn't say that. Enjoy it for what it is. I low-key fuck with it. I low-key fuck with it. It has potential, it has potential. I like it, I like it, I like it. It's smooth, it's smooth. Alright, alright. And that's my review of Modulo. That's my review of JJK Modulo. Let's get the fuck out of here.